Yo, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I Oh my god, this team hurts my feelings. Let me know if the audio is good. Let me know if the visual is good. Go ahead and give me the thumbs up, man. Let me know if I'm good, and also hit the like button on the way in. We got some things to talk about. Um, you can see that I'm laughing. You can see that I'm laughing, and that's just to stop me from crying. Oh my gosh, this team, man. This team, and again, sh- shame on me in that fourth quarter. Shame on me for saying, you know what, we're right there within 8 points. Maybe we got to. Shame on me for thinking that. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me. It's my fault. I'm being fooled now, man. It's my fault that I'm being fooled now by this team. And guess what? I was arguing with people before this game. Some people were saying, Daniel Jones is this. Okay, yeah, Daniel Jones has a fault, but also we can't sit here and talk about this team and not talk about Brian Daboll. What are you doing, Brian Daboll? What are you doing, Brian? What are you doing, Brian Daboll? You know how I feel. This is how
What's wrong, okay?
When I came down,
that's how I feel. That's how I feel right now, man. That's how I feel right now. Being a Giants fan is rough. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough, man. Brian Daboll goes for 2 when he shouldn't. He runs the ball when he should be passing. He's right there too. I'm officially saying that I'm out. I'm out on Daboll too. What kind of coaching what is that? We had one possession in the third quarter. One possession in the third quarter, and we settled for 3. Yes, we got the illegal screen, offensive pass interference on Darius Slayton that brought the touchdown back. But what are we doing? One possession the whole third quarter. We decided, being down as many points as we were down, we were good with just huddling up, just running all the time off the clock. One possession in the third quarter. What's going on? It almost looks like he's really trying to tank. It almost looks that way to me. And then with the 2-point conversion when you didn't need to, are you shaving points? What is going on? What is going on? Brian, and then you start the game off, we're running the ball. Cool, we're running the ball. We're successful running the ball. We get into the red zone. And maybe I'm bad luck because I'm on Twitter. I tweet. I said, you know what? We're running the ball successfully. Watch the play action come next. And the first time we run the play action, what happens? Daniel Jones fumbles. The first time we run the play action, because we were running the ball so well, fumble. We can't keep doing this, man. We can't keep doing this. And then, like I said, in the second half, the end of that third quarter, the fourth quarter, we get a touchdown drive. And it's like, okay, we go up tempo. We go up tempo. And guess what happens as soon as you go up tempo? Bang, bang, boom. Theo Johnson touchdown. As soon as you go up tempo, but you want to wait till the fourth quarter to go up tempo. What are we doing? Garbage time touchdowns. Garbage time touchdowns. And then we got 2 minutes left on the clock. Maybe the defense can have a stand. What happens to the defense? I'm sitting here and I'm in the spaces this whole time. I'm talking to other Giants fans this whole time. I'm sitting here. This is real-time reactions I'm having with other Giants fans. And I'm sitting here like, okay, we're down 8. You know, then all of a sudden, I'm sorry, it was we just scored a touchdown. It's 27-22. Can the defense make a stand? And what happens? We go right back into that shell. We didn't even rush 4. We rushed 3 on that last pass play that they got the first down that flipped the field. He was wide open. There wasn't a giant 10 yards from him. Like, who okayed that? Who okayed that? That's what I'm talking about. No sense of urgency. I'm going to get to the people in a second because you guys are going off in the comment section already. Like, what is going on, man? 2 weeks in a row with the 2-point conversion in absolute fails. You get a little bit of energy because Daniel Jones, off the bootleg, runs over the cornerback, gets into the touchdown, and I'm like, okay, let's go for kick the extra point. We're lining up for 2. I'm saying, for what? For what? If we kick the extra point, we're only down 7 points. That's what you need, and then if you end up scoring another touchdown, then you can go for 2 if you want to win the game. But what are you doing, Brian Daboll? Like, I can't even, I'll talk about Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones didn't even have the worst. Actually, I'm lying. The first half of the game, at the beginning of the second half, we had -8 yards passing. I just made fun of Aaron Rodgers having 36 yards in the first half on a Thursday night game. And what happens? Daniel Jones has -8 yards passing. Well, the team has -8 yards passing in the half. -8 yards passing in a half. But we got 142 yards rushing. This is crazy. This is crazy. Daniel Smith is Daboll sabotaging the team. It looks that way. The 2 weeks in a row with the 2-point conversion attempts that were awful. It seems that way, but for me, in order to do that, you have to feel like you're safe. And you can't have performances like this as a team. The coach can't have a game plan. He can't mismanage games and still be safe at the end of the day. So if he's sabotaging himself if he's doing this on purpose. He's looking like an idiot out there. He's looking like a dummy out there. And I don't care what anybody has to say. And I was one of these guys that was fighting for Daboll. I'm like, get rid of Jones, get Daboll his own quarterback. But come on, man. Come on, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. And the way the game started, when we were successful running the ball on that drive, and then for Daniel Jones to fumble, it took all the energy out of me. It was still the first quarter. It took all of the energy out of me. It was 0-0, and it took all of the energy out of me. And it was 0-0. That's how bad this team has me feeling. That's how bad it has me feeling. My fault. Shout out to King One Supreme with the $2. Panthers just lost. Let's go. Okay. That's good for us. Who won the Patriots game? Was it the Patriots or the Titans? Tell me the Titans won. Did the Titans win? I can look it up. But I'm just sitting here like, man, you got scared. Like, all of a sudden, Jaden Daniels, you're giving him all the respect in the world. You're not blitzing him in the entire first half. It's like you're not blitzing him. And he got all the time in the world to pick us apart. I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired, man. I got my youngest son. You figure in my household right now, my wife is a Steelers fan. I'm a Giants fan. My youngest son is 11. All he's seen is the New York Giants losing. And then when he turned around and the whole time the Pittsburgh Steelers been winning. It's like a tug of war right now, man. He can't switch though, man. He gonna live through this pain with me. But I'm sitting here like, it makes it hard, man, to try to raise these kids nowadays when they see all this good football out here. And like, no, you're a Giants fan. Stick with the Giants. And these are kids. Kids don't care. All they see is these players out here making plays. And meanwhile, I'm telling them to sit down and watch these Giants games with me. I'm putting them through torture. That's child abuse. Watching these damn Giants play, man. It's crazy. Emotional damage. Shout out to my man Lucky BX with the $5 super chat. He says the Giants should keep Jones as quarterback, not because he gives us a better chance of winning, but because he gives us a better draft pick, unfortunately. And that's what it is right now. That's how it is. Like, okay, we're 2-8 now. You can say we're mad. Like, I was already like emotionally done, done. The team feels like they're emotionally done, but now it looks like we're mathematically out. Now it's just a race for the draft now. And what's today's date? It's November 3rd. We got a whole nother, 9 weeks of this? We got 8 games, 9 weeks left. And the New York, like, we're out of it again before Thanksgiving. We're out of it again, and it's not even Thanksgiving. Turkeys haven't even been made yet. Turkeys haven't even been bought yet, and the New York Giants are out already. My man, Brian says November 3rd, and we already did. That's what I'm saying. It's already over for the season. And it's not even like the whole division is good. If I remember 2 years ago when we were 7-2, I remember that. Now the Commanders are 7-2. But the difference between the Commanders being 7-2 and us being 7-2, they actually have their franchise quarterback. And he's actually the reason he's carrying that team to victory. And also, banks were open today. The bank was open on Sunday today. The bank was absolutely open today. Twice. Terry McLaurin, twice. And the crazy thing about banks, all you got to do, please, is turn your head around. Turn your head around and make a play. You can't do that. Instead, Terry McLaurin, he's a veteran, late hands, touchdown. Because a lot of cornerbacks, when they can't get their head around, they're watching the hands of the receiver. When the receiver moves his hands, I move my hands to try to deflect the pass. But now receivers are hip to it, so now they have the thing called late hands. When you wait to the last second for that ball to get there before you move your hands, just throw off the cornerback. And we saw that with Terry McLaurin on that one touchdown pass from Jaden Daniels. And then he got beat on the slant too, and that was just a good throw. But we sitting here running through the same things over and over. Nothing's changing. Nothing's changing at all. And then, like, with the main concern, will Daboll lose the locker room? Well, guess what? He let go of the locker room when he's calling these dumb plays. What are you doing, Daboll? Like, I want to be mad at Daniel Jones. I can't even be fully mad at Daniel Jones because guess what? Daniel Jones is not the only problem with the Giants. Brian Daboll is a problem. Whether you feel he's doing this stuff on purpose or not, Brian Daboll is a problem. And then he had the nerve to be mad on that 2-point conversion that failed. You called the play. How are you mad and yelling into the headset when you called the play? You're the play caller now. There's nobody else to blame. You run this offense. You run this team. You run this offense. And this is what you're giving us. Another home game, another loss. My man Jorge is in the building for the game. He hasn't seen the victory. And then what some people might say, you know what? Well, at least Daniel Jones was able to throw a touchdown. His first touchdown since the Colts game at home, since the Colts game in 2023, in January of 2023. But that's all some people worry about. Not me, man. It's a bigger picture, and I don't like anything. Lucky BX with the $5 super chat says people are saying we should get Belichick. That only works if we have Brady caliber quarterback. Belichick record was trash after Brady left. That's a fact. Listen, I'm not on the Belichick train. When you want to bring in Belichick, he's everything. He's your head coach. He's your GM. He's everything. The man is too old. He's out of touch. These kids ain't the same. These players ain't the same. They don't react the same. Having the cachet of a Bill Belichick used to mean something. Not saying that he couldn't, like it's impossible for him to turn it around, but that's not the direction I'm going. I'm trying to be a new and improved New York Giants. I'm not trying to, reach into the 80s and try to bring this Bill Belichick bag back out. I can't do it, man. I don't think it'll work. I don't think it'll work. Shout out to my man Pandemonium. He says, imagine a coaching staff plans a game for injured quarterback and don't attack him. That's a fact. That's a fact. He got bruised ribs. We already know his ribs are bruised. We already know that. And you don't send 5, 6 at times. We saw the blitz once. It was Andrew Phillips, and he flopped. He had a straight shot at Jaden Daniels and missed it. And what happens? Every time the New York Giants miss a sack, what happens? Turns into positive yards, and a lot of it. That last big play that they had at the end of the game that flipped the field for them, Brian Burns was not even rushing the quarterback on that play. He was in containment just in case Jaden Daniels broke out. You only sent 3 rushers on that last play. 3 rushers. And we haven't even been getting home with 4 the entire game. And you send 3 on one of the most important plays of the game, and they flip the field. A couple plays later, victory formation. Oh, well, at least we scored 22 points. We got out of the teens. It means nothing. It means nothing to me. And it just pisses me off, man. How can people continue to defend Brian Daboll? And I can't wait for the post game presser. I can't wait for them to post that. I already tweeted out to Pat Leonard. I'm like, Pat, lean in on Brian Daboll about that 2-point conversion call. Lean in on him on that. I need to know why he felt like going for 2 was important right there. Because if you kick the extra point, you're only down 7 points and you have full momentum. But instead, what happens? You fail on a 2-point conversion and you're down 8 points. And we already know how it feels to be down. If the New York Giants are down 7 points, we might as well be down 17. It's crazy, man. I got to get to some of these comments, man. I'm sitting here going through a rant, man, but I'm pissed off, man. I'm pissed off. It's too many good players on this team for us to be playing this bad. And I could point as many fingers as I want at Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones is a problem, but he's not the only problem. And again, Joe Shane doesn't have to answer for any of that. Hubbard is out there. Hubbard's giving up the goods at left tackle. How bad? Like, really think about this. How bad is Evan Neal really that you can't even get on the field over Hubbard? Hubbard was on the practice squad of the San Francisco 49ers. Evan Neal, the 7th overall pick in 2022, and you can't play over this guy. Are you kidding me? My man Brandon J says Daboll already got his lies together for the press conference. You know what he needs to do, Brandon? He needs to look at the tape. He needs to look at the tape. -8 yards in the first half passing. And it happens all the New York in the first half. Giants control the clock. We got 142 rushing yards. Tyrone Tracy is looking good. Even Singletary is looking good. You get down into the red zone, and it's like kryptonite for the Giants. We get into the red zone, call it the green zone, green, kryptonite. Everything's falling in line now. Tom Coughlin called it the green zone. Kryptonite is green. That's the Giants' kryptonite right now. We can't score touchdowns in the green zone. It was in the first half. We were able to get in there a little bit later. I don't know how this happens, man. I don't know how this happens. How do you get this bad? And it gets darker. Like people, they say you can't get any worse. We can't get any worse. I hear it. Oh, it can't get any worse than this. And what happens? You wake up and it gets worse. He said, that's Daboll. Shout out to Pandemonium again. He says, that's Daboll. He never attacks the ops weakness. True. Tell tell me he's just tanking to get to get his Cole McCoy. What? He can't afford to tank. He can't. He can't afford to. He's going like you're not safe. This is the Titanic. Us fans, guess us fans, we can go down with the ship. You know why? Because we're fans. We're not hired by the organization. But Brian Daboll, if you're fired, you're done. I don't know, man. Derrick Jones says, how you going to be 6'5", 300 pounds and can't block? That's a fact. You're in the NFL. You should be able to block. Even the guys that are bad in the NFL. You know how many people in college don't even make it to the NFL? You're one of the few that go from college that make it actually in the NFL, and you can't do your job, man. We don't even need you to be great at it. Just be okay. Just don't give up the goods as much as you're giving up the goods. And this is what's going on. I don't know, man. You guys, I see you guys going off, man. Yeah, my bad. 2-7, not 2-8. I said 2. I might just be foreseeing the future. So now we got to go to Germany. Now we got to go to Germany. Titans win an OT. Thank you very much. So the Titans now improve to 3-6. So that means, guess what? We're moving up in the draft a little bit. I needed the Titans to win. I needed the Jaguars to win. So let me know if the Jaguars won too. I mean, I can look. I'm being lazy right now. I can look on my phone, but I'm in the middle of this rant. Lucky BX says, you're the GM who's the next coach and quarterback. I had this discussion last night in the pregame show. In this situation, and you know what's crazy? I said this last night because of how I felt about the defensive coordinator. I like the way Shane Bowen is calling his defense. We're seeing some improvement. You know, these guys are learning the scheme. And then I watched today's game, and it's like, what am I even thinking about? Like, how do you like? So to answer your question, I like Shane Bowen so much. I like the way what he was doing with his defense, right? So I said, guess what? I'll go ahead. I'll hire Coach Mike Vrabel. I'll hire Vrabel and have him keep Shane Bowen. That way the defense does not have to learn a new scheme. We have to figure out what's going on the offensive side, but you also have a steady head coach there, a guy that has respect, some cachet, and has won. That was my answer yesterday. Today, after seeing what Shane Bowen cooked up, I don't know, man. And that's why I'm a fan and I don't work for the organization. I'm too emotional. My man Nimmer, shout out to Nimmer. He says Theo Johnson caught a couple balls. He also dropped a few too. He dropped 3 before he caught 3. I'm glad he got the touchdown. But listen, he dropped some big first downs, some big ones, when they mattered in the first quarter. So, yes, I'm happy that he caught a couple of balls and he got his first touchdown. Fantastic. But listen, I was throwing my hat in the first half with Theo Johnson. Even in the third quarter, he dropped a couple. You know what changed when they went up tempo is when it changed. The New York Giants are an entirely different team when it comes to up tempo. Why aren't we running more up tempo? Brian Daboll, why aren't we running more up tempo? You want to wait till we're down 10 points, 14 points. You want to wait till we're down 14 points, and it's the fourth quarter. You don't run up tempo to the fourth quarter. They ran up tempo, got down the field on 6 plays, and scored a touchdown running up tempo. Every week I'm begging for the same thing. Go up tempo. The quick game. Up tempo quick game. Not this regular. Okay, hold on. Let me take a sip of water. Because I'm going to talk about this game a little bit. A lot of bit. Same things over and over again. There was a 3rd and 4. We run a 3-yard out. Barely get the first down. That the first quarter, I should say all these third downs we're throwing short of the sticks. Throughout the whole entire game, actually, when you really think about it. How come every third down we throw short of the sticks and we're sitting there putting our hands together praying that the wide receiver or the receiver makes a play to get a first down because we're throwing short of the sticks every time. That last on the slant from Malik Neighbors when he got tripped up. Let's just be glad that he was able to keep his feet together long enough to get that first down. Or it's fourth down in, because what are you doing? It's 3rd and 6. You run a 3-yard slant. I don't know, man. And that's coaching. That got nothing to do with the plays. Execution is one thing, but the game plan is another. Didn't have too many penalties this game. We did have one big penalty on Darius Slayton, though, that pulled that Wan'Dale Robinson touchdown off of the board. And it's tick for tat. It's a little nitpicky too. In some cases, a team won't get that, but it's the New York Giants. We're going to get the flag. OPI, touchdown off the board, settle for 3. That's the New York Giants way right now. Shout out to my man Pandemonium with another $5 super chat. He says, laugh out loud. If he not tanking means that he's just a bad head coach. That's what I'm saying. That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like. King One Supreme says, Panthers and Titans win. We lose. It's a great day. King One Supreme. Yeah, absolutely right. I'm still in the thick of it. I understand what the big picture is. I'm still in the thick of this game. So these are raw emotions about just the game, about me complaining about the game. But I understand the big picture. And yes, it's a good thing that the Panthers did win and that the Titans did win as well. Because guess what? That's 2 spots we get to move up when it comes to the draft. So we are picking 8 right now. Now we're looking at the top 6 unless somebody else loses. I forget who else needs to lose. Said Carolina Panthers won. Yep. Okay, D. Grant says, Big Dash. It says, how is changing coaches going to make a difference? If you have a lot of talent on offense, you can have a little scheme. You can have a little scheme and win and win. So it's not the coaches. You watch the game. This was a game that the New York Giants could have won. Like we could have won this game. Like game management, in game decisions, no adjustments being made or adjustments being late. That's coaching. So if you have a guy that can call better plays, have better game management, discipline, it matters. I appreciate the question, though. And again, this is coming from somebody that wanted to keep Brian Daboll. But we can't keep turning a blind eye to what we're watching. You're watching some of this game time decision. Some of these calls, you're watching this. It's a lot of people watching these games. Now, that's a fact. Jackson not taking the quarterback regardless. Yeah, true. I still want to be in front of them picking them, because guess what? They're not picking a quarterback. That doesn't mean somebody can call them and trade with them. We need to try to eliminate all this stuff and get as close to the top of the draft as we can. I like Ben Johnson. Too. It's not a guarantee that he leaves. Now, if the Lions win the Super Bowl, Ben Johnson is out of there. He's out of there. Man, I don't know, man. Now, it's funny. Juan Blanco says Tom Brady isn't a TV guy. Geez, the fake Tom Brady is bad when it comes to announcing. He's awful. They paid him a lot of money to do what he's doing too. He's not like Tony Romo's better than him. What's the old tight end from Carolina? Greg Olson's better than him. Tom Brady is bad at announcing. He's just Tom Brady, so he got paid to do that. My man Mark says, thank you, Big Dash, for saying the truth on the drops. No, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. Like, yeah, I'm happy Theo Johnson finally got his touchdown. But he dropped 2 first downs for certain. For certain, he dropped 2 first downs. If we're going to celebrate the good, I'm still going to talk about the bad, because guess what? Because we lost. That's why. I'm happy that he got a touchdown. But let's not act like he wasn't fighting the ball. Butterfingers. He got it together at the end, though. So I guess, it's all good now because he got himself a touchdown. New York Giants still lost. It's not just fantasy football for me. I need this team to win, not just players need to pad stats. I want this team to win. He said, Brian Sutton says you can't run up tempo when you can't trust a quarterback to do it, but we did. We did go up tempo, and we scored in like 6 plays going up tempo. You know what we can't do? What we can't do is run the play action. That's what we can't do, even when we're successful running the ball. We were successful running the ball, and the first time we ran play action, Daniel Jones fumbled. It's an old saying, a very, very old saying that says, if it's not broke, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep running the ball. Keep running the ball on that drive. That's what you did anyway. That's how you got into the green zone. You ran the ball. First time you run play action. And like I said, it's a funny thing. I was calling for the play action too. It blew up in my face too. It blew up in my face. I see you, Easy. The Cowboys did lose. And you know what? It makes me feel a little bit better, maybe, possibly. Yeah. Oh, man. We're not the only team that sucks in the division. That's sure. That's for sure. The Cowboys are trash. Cowboys are trash. And we're still under the Cowboys. So that goes to show you what we are. But the Cowboys, if there's any Cowboy fan, they're probably not in here. They're probably ranting themselves. The Cowboys are trash, man. Shout out to my man James Hollister. He says, I really hope Daboll is gone. I don't think he's, and you listen, first of all, it's all caps, so you know he's yelling. I really hope Daboll is gone. I don't think he's a head coach. I don't think he's head coach material. I'd rather have Rabel. First time head coaching has been bad for us. Maybe Brian Flores. Brian Flores ain't coming here. He's still got an open case on us right now. He's still suing the New York Giants and the NFL. Brian Flores ain't coming here. He's not coming here. Pandemonium says, Dash, the fans need to get out of the matrix. What's the chances of New York drafting a quarterback from the first people? Listen, if we're up there, there's no way to avoid it if we're at the top of the draft. There's no other way to avoid it. It's not like last year's draft where you got 5-6 guys going in the first in the first round. No, right now there's really only 2 top guys. You got some guys that might sneak into the end of the first round, and Nussmeier, Ewers probably, Beck. But outside of that is Ward and Sanders that are really out there, really the guys out there balling right now. So if you ain't in the top 5, the chances of you getting one of those guys is slim. Side Guy Bride says, I've been saying all season until he proves otherwise, he's an OC, not a head coach. That's what I mean. Listen, he can be I said it last night. There's nothing wrong with being a great coordinator. Steve Spagnuolo, one of the best defensive coordinators ever. Horrible as a head coach. Brian Daboll, he had success in Buffalo. He had success in Buffalo. Came here, he was coach of the year in his first season, and since then, and that's the only thing that made me hold on to Brian Daboll for so long. Pause. Was hoping that he can get back to being the coach that we thought we had when he first got here. And I was one of the main people. Okay, just get him a quarterback. Just get him a quarterback. But no, when you watch the last 2 games, and again, Daniel Jones has a role in this. Brian Daboll's coaching, I got a problem with. All around, it's not just one aspect of his coaching too. There's a couple of things I'm mad about. Your game plan, one thing. Time management, another thing. In-game decisions, another thing. I got questions. There's a lot of question marks for Brian Daboll. And I would love to know, who is he yelling at when he's the one calling plays? Who are you yelling at, Brian Daboll? Going for 2, that's your play. And it's not like the Giants have been successful running 2-point conversions. There's no bread and butter play for the New York Giants for 2-point. So we can't really be doing stuff like that. But no. It is what it is, man. I'm sorry. I'm in my feelings right now. Oh man, shout out to my man Dwayne Murphy in the building. Said Jason Witten was a better commentator. That's a fact too, and he wasn't good. It's crazy to me, man. It's crazy to me, man. My man D Grant got another question for me. He says, I don't know if you remember Bill Parcells, who's a great coach, but it took him 5 years before he had a winning record simply because they started drafting talent. Okay, so let me ask you this now, because I agree with that. You think Brian Daboll is Bill Parcells? You think Brian Daboll is Bill Parcells? Or you holding on to faith? Because guess what? You know what other people told me? Eli Manning was almost ran out of town before the touch. Eli Manning was almost ran out of town before we went to the Super Bowl. You gonna tell me the same thing about Phil Simms? He was getting booed before the Super Bowls. So we hold on to Daniel Jones too because Phil Simms turned it around. Eli Manning turned it around. We're gonna hold on to. Listen, we can play this game. We can go round and round. Again, thank you for the question. I'm just saying I'm over it. I'm over it. Like I can see if it was strictly execution. If the players weren't executing the plays called, but it was clearly just the players or the roster being bad. That's one thing. No, the New York Giants actually have some talented players here. On both sides of the ball. We got weapons. And it's to the point where we, like I said, for a long time, we just thought get rid of Daniel Jones and all the problems go away. But you can't look at these games and look at these cards. Listen, I'm an 80s baby. I don't remember when Parcells first got there. I remember late 80s, early 90s a little bit because I was still young. I'm an 80s baby. I don't know, was Parcells bad in game management or was it just the players in those early 80s? What was there issues with his coaching or was it just that we didn't have the players? Because then I got a problem. My man Derek Jones says, Dash, the only thing that hadn't changed at least once during this bad years is ownership. Ownership is the problem. Listen, I've already conceded that I can't do anything about John Mara's not going anywhere. His family's not known for anything else but the New York Giants. I don't know where they make their money at outside of the NFL. Like there's a lot of team owners out there that make their money all over the place. Mara is the Giants. He's not going anywhere. So we just got to hope that he picks the right people to put in place. I got problems with it, man. Listen, and again, D Grant, I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan on YouTube, sharing my feelings. I could be dead wrong. Maybe Brian Daboll is Bill Parcells. You know what else I remember? I remember when Joe Judge first got here, there was a poster going around where they had Bill Parcells, and then it was Tom Coughlin, and then it was Joe Judge. And what happened to Joe Judge? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a fact. Nothing can be done about the ownership. TD Midas says, it's okay, y'all. It's okay, y'all. Let us suck. We do this every year. Go out and win meaningless games that destroys our future. That's the way you think about it. But listen, we're losing. My man Nimmer says, please hire Ben Johnson or Bobby Slowick. Bobby Slowick is the offensive coordinator for the Texans, and they don't even look the strongest this year, even though they got a pretty good record. But that offense is not looking the best, but he is missing some wide receivers out there. But Bobby Slowick is the OC for the Texans. Ben Johnson is the OC for the Lions, and the Lions are cooking right now. My man Real Cold G says, Kafka is sitting back saying, can't blame me for this mess. That's a fact. That's Kafka. I'm glad you can't point the finger at me. He goes unscathed. He can leave this at the end of this season and still get a job, where he wants to go. Brian Daboll might have to sit for a little bit, man, depending on what happens again. 2-7, man. Good Lord, man. What are we doing? My man Juan Blanco threw together a whole coaching staff. He says Belichick GM, Flores head coach, Brady. Oh boy. I don't even think those guys can get along long enough to be a coaching staff or a regime. Whew. Whew. Draft Ward, I see you. Oh man, our receivers have too many drops, not just Slayton, everyone. That's a fact. A lot of drops. Johnny Lovely says, so if we're able to draft a quarterback we want, we letting Jones walk or signing a vet or the rookie starting from the beginning? I don't know. There's a couple different scenarios. In my opinion, Jones makes too much money for him to be the bridge quarterback, especially when we're watching these games. Is he worth $40 million? At some point in time, you throw the team on your back. I love the touchdown run today. I love the energy that he provided. I love that spark that he provided. It's too far in between. Every time you get a flash, something bad's happened. So what? Man, listen, it's a back and forth, man. It's a back and forth. My man Dwayne Murphy says, I guarantee if DJ wasn't playing, we wouldn't be seeing these issues. The coaching and suffering from his quarterback is so clear. I don't know why y'all keep coming at Daboll when you watch DJ have 0 yards in 3 quarters. Correction, -3 yards, not 0 yards, negative. I'm sorry, -8 yards, not 0, -8. Make sure you got it right. But I'm still blaming Daboll for some of the play calling. I can't defend it. But yes, Daniel Jones is horrible too. But you listen, we can go all day, Dwayne, about Daboll. We won't agree to disagree with you, my brother. Agree to disagree. Pandemonium says Mara needs to look at his in-laws down there in Penn. He says fire Daboll and hire the right Brian. Yeah. He's talking about the Steelers, by the way. The in-laws, the Rooney family. Those are the in-laws in Pennsylvania that he's talking about. Loose Ben says, I feel the refs hate Brian. They might. He yells at them a lot. He's not helping the situation because we're not getting those calls, man. It was a bunch of, okay. Let's talk about the refs really quickly. The refs missed a lot of holes today. There were holes on Brian Burns, holds on Azeez Ojulari, holds on Bobby Okereke. There were a lot of holds that they missed. And the crazy thing about it is the ref is standing right there. We're talking 3 yards in front of you, looking in the same direction, and you missed it. The refs, and you know what's crazy? That team of officiators. I mean, I forget the head guy, the head ref's name. He usually has a good team. They usually don't miss calls. It was bad. That's it in a nutshell right there. You mad, bro? Says this was a painful one to watch. That's a fact. It got a little bit exciting at the end once we got into the fourth quarter. Once we were able to score some points, it got a little bit exciting. But that first half was awful. I love the running, the running in the first 2 series. We were able to run the ball, be successful with it. But it was bad. It was painful. Hit it right on the head. Pause. High Life says you guys are just a quarterback away from being good. I agree with that. Again, I might feel absolutely different if Daboll's here. If they get their own quarterback, things might look different. You're absolutely right. I just don't like what I'm seeing right now. I just don't like what I'm seeing right now. And you guys can't tell me that I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. I'm seeing bad coaching, bad quarterback play, but I'm also seeing bad coaching. And today was the worst the defense has looked in a couple of games. I don't know, man. Mickey X said it's all bad right now. That's a fact. It's bad, man. It's bad. It hurts. It hurts, man. Like I said.
What's wrong, okay?
When I came down,
Yo, it's bad, man. It is bad. It is bad, man. Good Lord. It is bad. My man, Real Cold G says Daboll is definitely suspect with his play calling. Yeah, man. It's bad, man. It's bad. I yo, I knew it was coming, Dwayne. Probably the play calling. All y'all want to throw Daboll away. No. And you know me, man. You know, I've been having these conversations long enough. I was fighting for Daboll. I was in Daboll's corner, man. I was in Daboll's corner for a while. I was on a throw Daniel Jones from the train. I was on all that type of time. But I'm sitting here. And I'm watching the plays I'm watching the game with other Giants fans. And I'm sitting and a lot of people are saying, why'd you call that play? You know, what's up with the route concepts? Third down, why all the routes short of the sticks? You know, why are we going for two? Somebody needs to tell Bowen to send 5. We can't keep sitting in a soft shell. That's coaching. Daniel Jones being bad, throwing interceptions, fumbling, that's Daniel Jones. Guys dropping the ball, that's the receivers. But the play calling, the concepts, the game management, that's coaching. He's not clean. There's some dirt on him too. So John Young says Panthers money line next week. I don't even know what the spread is, tell you the truth. Shout out to my man NYG, man. He says they have lost the team. Shout out to my man D Grain. He says, Big Dad, he says Phil Simms was very mediocre. QB, he needed talent around him to win. And that is what the Giants did in the early 80s, built around him. DJ is simply not a starter. He is a third string. I mean, listen, no arguments there. Because when I first started reading this, I thought you were going to try to tell me that somehow you was comparing Phil Simms to DJ. I'm glad you didn't go there. But I can't argue with that statement at all. Daboll doesn't throw the damn ball. There are receivers on the second level in those plays. And no, you're absolutely right. No, I understand that. You still got routes short of the stick. Okay. Again, there's situations where the quarterback play is bad. I understand that. And I spent a lot of time, you know, kicking dirt on Daniel Jones. I think I played that out already. I'm just saying right now, outside of Daniel Jones, there's a clear problem with Brian Daboll. We saw it in the beginning of this live. Some people think he's doing this stuff on purpose. I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I just think he's like it's not good. And if he is doing it on purpose, he's going to lose the locker room doing this. He's going to. Chris D says the wheel's coming off. D-Town says Cam Ward, please. Mr. Meese, 1981 says. Sydney says our defense got cooked. Hey, Sydney, I said it earlier. I don't think you were in here. The bank was open today. The bank was open. The bank got robbed twice today, too. Not only was the bank open, they got robbed twice. It's going to get him fired, Dwayne. He's playing Jones on purpose. It's going to get him fired too. He doesn't realize that he's not he's going to get himself fired. He's playing Jones on purpose. Okay, he's going to get whatever John Mara told him. And we already know how John Mara is. John Mara said these guys are safe. There won't be any changes, during the season. And I don't see any changes in 2025. You keep losing games, watch what's going to happen. You keep losing games, watch what's going to happen. Shout out to my man, NYG, man. YouTube member, my official first member. I appreciate you, brother. My official. Appreciate you. TD Midas says banks open year round in New York. Yeah, 24/7, 7-Eleven. Oh man, and it was Terry McLaurin, and then also Terry McLaurin hit him with the little man at the end of it. Hit him with the hit him with the little man after. Get your head around Banks. You know how many plays Deontay Banks could make? Because he's in the right position most of the time. But you know how many plays he could make if he just turned his head around? Just that's it. Oh, the ball's coming. I can throw my hand up. The ball, you know how many plays he can make if he just turned his head around? Are you kidding me? That's it. Do your job. Shout out to my man Koof, man. I got another member. Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for the love and support, man. I appreciate you. I got to get you guys wrenches too. Yeah, listen. I don't know, man. Brandon says Banks is a headless horseman. Sydney says, Dash, I said the same thing. That's what I'm saying. I was looking for you earlier, Sydney, because you were saying it. You were saying it last night. You almost say it in every live, especially when it comes to banks. You say it all the time. Like, are the banks going to be open? The banks were absolutely open. Banks was open, and guess what? There were no tellers. Nobody was there. People just walked right in, took all the money. Vault was wide open. Nobody's there. Door was unlocked. Walked right in. Walked right in. Right in. My man NYG man says Giants need to draft a corner, second round. If we don't pick one up in free agency, actually, I don't know who's available. I don't know who's a free agent. We'll see what happens. Maybe not. Eagles Now says, did y'all see what Barkley did? That ish was crazy. Listen, I ain't even watching the games right now. I need to watch the games, though. I think they're playing right now, right? The Eagles are on right now, right? I'm going to watch the Lions game, too. A lot of people's on the Cam Ward train right now. I believe it. TD Midas says bank guy hit with these scammers in broad daylight. That's a fact. It's bad, man. It's bad. And people, it can't get any worse. It doesn't get worse than this. It can't get any worse than this. And it gets worse every time. But we can celebrate the fact that Daniel Jones has thrown a touchdown at home. First two of them, touchdowns at home. No, one of them, because he ran one in since the Colts game in January 2023. Some people are hanging their hats on that. I don't know. Like I said, some people just they settle for what they settle for. Pandemonium, that's the second time you spelled his name that way, so I'm assuming you're doing it on purpose. So instead of Daboll, you're saying bad doll. I'm assuming bad Daboll. I'll just say bad Daboll has been outcoached in every game this year except Cleveland and Seattle. DJ changed 90% of the plays at the. I don't know about that, Pandemonium. 90% of the plays. Come on, 90% of the plays at the line. I see. Oh, okay. I see the dots at the end. Okay, all right. Nah, that's funny. That's funny. Oh man. Sheesh. I don't know, man. Shout out to Sydney, new member. Shout out to Sydney. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love and support. Again, Big Blue Nation, what's going on, man? That's a fact, Rick. Almost ain't it, though. Almost ain't it. Almost is not it. Salute to my man, Rick, man. Rick Torture. Oh, man. What are we going to do? We got the Carolina Panthers next week in Germany. Early game. How do y'all feel about that? Do you even care? Do you even care anymore? Like I get the energy for these games. right at the kickoff. I got the energy for these games, and then once the game happens, I'm like, just get me to the next game. Just get me to the next game. Give me something to cheer about. Hopefully, give me a little bit of hope. And it is what it is, man. Shout out to my man Koof Man Game, and it says, bro, I've been saying that this play calling is suspect, and we need to look at coaching. Yeah, you have to. You have to. You absolutely have to, man. Man, this is crazy, man. Man, D-Town, there's a lot of Cam Ward going on in the chat. You know what it is. You know what it is. You got to be in the right spot. It is what it is. Oh, man, shout out to Koof Man. Koof Man just gifted 5 memberships. So if they're available, go out and get your membership. He just gifted 5 of them. Just gifted y'all 5. Go ahead and snatch those up while you get it. While you got a chance. Shout out to my man Koof Man. Man, it's hard, man. Pause. It's hard being a Giants fan, man. The disappointment every week. It's hard, man. But we here for the long run, man. So when it finally turns around, it's going to be even better. When it finally turns around, going through all this darkness, when we finally see the light, it's going to be well worth it. If we need to try to keep the streak alive, though. So we need to get a Super Bowl before 2029 to keep this streak going. It's been 40 years. We've had a Super Bowl in every decade for 40 years. We got until 2029 to keep this thing going. Hopefully we can do it, man. Hopefully we can do it. Oh man, James Fraser says, I was Danny Jones, can play. Oh, hold on. I was Danny Jones, can play 4 quarters of good football. It's ever there somewhere. He's a 1/2 quarterback. This is the results that I have in Barkley in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Where is he clutch? And can he make plays happen? No. We saw it last week. We had 2 chances to win the game last week. Clutch time. 2 interceptions. I'm sorry. 1 fumble, 1 interception, 2 turnovers. No. And the funny thing is, on this game, he actually went downfield and got the touchdown. I really listen, they had me reeled in. I was like, I had no reason to believe that the defense was going to go out there and stop them and we were going to get the ball back. I had no reason to believe that, but I was hoping that it was going to happen. Shame on me for getting myself excited. Shame on me for that. That's my fault. TD Minus says Neighbor's going to cry when we draft Cam Ward. Listen, it's a lot of people are going to cry. Sydney says, Dash, Daboll is starting to grow on me. He was committed to the run. Listen, that first drive, we ran the ball. How many? I think we ran the ball 10 times, threw the ball once, if I'm not mistaken. In that first drive, it was something like that. I was like, he's committing to the run. All we were asking him to do, establish the run. The run was established fully. But then something else happened. So I was happy for that. And some of the people that I was watching the game with, they were mad. Why aren't we throwing the ball? We need to be more balanced. I understand. Yes, we need to be more balanced, but for that particular drive, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Go to the play action and fumble. It is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to my man NYG, another 5 memberships. Yo, let me tell y'all something, man. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate the love and support, man. Shout out to y'all. And again, for those people out there, those are free memberships. Go ahead and snatch them up. You get a free month. I'm going to do something for you guys, though, man. Shout out to y'all, man. No says, when does Benton Jones injury clause kick in? It has to soon. It has to. You would think that they care about that. It's an additional $23 million if he gets hurt. It's an additional $23 million at some point in time. I think it happens after that. I think whatever happens before the bye week. You figure we got the Carolina Panthers bye week, and then we got the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I don't know. It has to happen at some time. Koof Man Game says, bookends, I got you, brother. Shout out to the family in the building. Says Big Dash, yeah, yo. That one hurt. Pause. It sucked watching that game in the beginning. A little bit of excitement at the end, just to fall short again. Two times in this game, I felt like I got punched in the stomach. That fumble by Daniel Jones in the first quarter was a punch in the stomach, and then when the defense gave up that big pass play when we needed to stop at the end, was a punch in the gut too. I'm just happy that my TV is attached to the wall. Put it that way. It's bad, man. It's bad for sure. It's bad for sure, man. G242 Marshall says you want to be the first time GM or a head coach and you're unqualified, just come on down to the New York Giants. Shaking my head. Yeah. Well, we tried it. This is the experiment that we, first. And listen, it worked out the first season. We got the coach of the year. We win a playoff game, winning season. The Kool-Aid was perfect. It was the right amount of sugar in that Kool-Aid that we was drinking in 2022. It was perfect. And then what happened? Somebody else made the Kool-Aid the next 2 seasons, man. Oh, man, that's funny. NYG man says, I was about to send you $10 for a beer, but I sent you some members. Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Jameis was one of those people that are able to get a membership. I'm assuming that's the thank you, Koof, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Washington is now accepting applications. Don't worry. We true blue over here. We not going anywhere. We not switching sides over here. I'm happy for y'all. But listen, I don't care how bad it gets. We're not jumping ship over here at all. Not even a question. Sydney says, "Yup, Dash, the victory that's going to come will be sweeter, but it's hurting right now. Nah, it's absolutely hurting right now. It sucks. It sucks, man. But again, at the end of the day, we've seen it before. Eagles now. We've seen Saquon Barkley be spectacular. We've seen it. Everything you're seeing right now, we've seen it. D-Fresh 94 says Commanders getting stacked. They are. They're building their team the right way. Listen, and for them, they got rid of the owner. They got rid of the GM. They got rid of the head coach. They got rid of a lot of players. They built that team back up from scratch. But the main ingredient was the quarterback. Again, that offensive line is not that good. Jaden Daniels is making that offensive line better. Quick decisions, being elusive, extending plays. That's Jaden Daniels. That offensive line is no. No. Listen, it is what it is. Shout out to Shamar with the $20 super chat. He says penalties again. That's a fact. Penalties at the wrong time too. You taking touchdowns, taking points off the board. 4th and 1. Pick play. It was a pick play. It was a flag. It was a penalty. It was the right call. Tit for tat. Nitpicky. But it was absolutely a flag. But Wan'Dale Robinson gets a touchdown, called off the board because of the penalty. Turns that touchdown into a 4th and 11. We settle for the field goal. Yeah, story of the Giants. The New York field goal Giants. New York field goal Giants. That's a fact, man. That fumble hurt. That fumble did hurt. Nah, man, appreciate the love and support, man. Appreciate the love and support. I appreciate what you guys are doing, man. Shout out to everybody too. Shout out to everybody that's in here. 114 strong. Make sure you guys hit that like button either on the way in or on the way out, or you can jump out of the chat right now and hit that like button, man. Let that algorithm know we in here. What's going on, cousin? I should say niece cousin. Shout out to Anaya in the building. James Fraser says, sorry, why can't Daniel Jones play 4 for 4 of good football? That's a fact. It's inconsistent. Like, there were some good plays by Daniel Jones today. There were some bad plays. I want to see more good stuff. We probably won't see too much more good stuff because, again, this is the end of the road for Daniel Jones, man. End of the road. End of the road. Boys to men. End of the road, man. That's a fact, man. Good Lord. Shout out to everybody that's in here, though. Pandemonium says, Dash, no ish. Rewatched that Seattle in 2002. Mike was spinning. Yeah. You're spinning that play calling. Shout out to Smart with another $20 super chat. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love and support. I just launched the memberships too, just so you know, fam. Just launched the memberships. There were some free ones going around too. I don't know if all of them are gone. But again, appreciate the love and support always. Always. Without you guys, there is no channel, man. I'd just be sitting here talking to myself. Again, I probably would just be talking to myself. That's how much I love the Giants, man. I'm in here, man. I love this team. So when they hurt, I hurt. That's a fact. Kurt Barry says, I keep saying this dude gonna get fired. If you keep listen, I didn't want Brian Daboll fired. I didn't want him fired. I'm still saying there's a chance that he's still in there. The good coach is still in there somewhere. I do believe that Daniel Jones is weighing heavy on this situation. It's causing some issues. But he in 2022, he won despite Daniel Jones. This year, we can't even win games. And we got better talent on this team. The offensive line is better. The only thing that's worse when it comes to this offense in comparison to 2022 is Saquon Barkley's not on the team. But Tyrone Tracy has become serviceable. Running back by committee. If we can keep that up, we can do some things. But I don't know what's going on, man. Actually, I do know what's going on. And I just don't like it. Shout out to Tone Lamont. He says, I thought Joe said he wasn't playing DJ 40 mil to hand the ball. That's a fact. And that's funny. Now 26 out here, reverse hurling deep. That's funny. That's funny because guess what? He's still turning around, handing the ball off. -8 yards passing in the first. It's just not a $12 million running back he's handing the ball off to. But he's still paying DJ $40 million to turn around and hand the ball off. Absolutely right. That's funny. And it's true. So Richard says Joe Shane didn't build a D-line that can stop the run. That's true. That's true. A lot of people wanted a defensive tackle in this draft. And then the guys that you brought in here, because we drafted a couple of them. Just think about the guys that we brought in here and the guys that we drafted. DJ Davidson, no. Jordan Riley, I had hopes for him. No. Nacho, no. You know, we had the tandem with Leonard Williams, but we traded him. Ended up helping us get Brian Burns. We got the UDFA Chapman. You know, no, not right now. Yeah, he didn't. There's a couple things that Shane didn't do, and that's another one. He dodges a lot of smoke. Shane dodges a lot of smoke because he's not out there right now. He's not answering the questions. So the main people taking the heat right now, are Daniel Jones, Brian Daboll. Those are the two guys taking the most heat right now. Rightfully so. But Joe Shane, how come my swing tackle is Hubbard? How come I don't have a good offensive line depth outside of my starters? How come I don't have defensive tackles? How come my secondary is young and still learning on the upside? But how come I still got the same options at cornerback? How come I got Daniel Bellinger sitting on the bench when he had a fantastic rookie season, in my opinion, and he can't even get the ball? I understand we got Theo Johnson, but in all honesty, I think that Daniel Bellinger can do the exact same thing that Theo Johnson is doing. I'm not seeing anything from Theo Johnson that Daniel Bellinger couldn't do. Like, really, when you think about it. And now that man is sitting on the bench with no real role, and we keep drafting over guys. You get rid of Xavier McKinney just to replace him. You draft Jalen Hyatt. You actually gave a pickup to get Jalen Hyatt, to move up to get you. You don't even play him. A lot of that is his fault too, but that's still your draft pick. Evan Neal. Kayvon Thibodeau is on the verge of being good. Almost being good. He's a solid guy, solid player. 5th overall pick. Darian Beavers, Joshua Azudu, McKeithen, Dane Belton. I could keep going with these draft picks that we not getting anything. Come on, man. So you got the emojis going now. That's a fact, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. You got the laughing emoji. Listen, man, y'all won the game. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it, but for a little bit in that fourth quarter, he's a little bit nervous, man. Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. Shout out to D Grant. He says, DJ has been the Giants quarterback for 6 years, and I'm floored that some people think he is going to be productive quarterback. He is who he is. That's a fact. That's a fact. He said he needed a number 1 wide receiver. You gave him that. You said you needed a better offensive line. You did that. Thomas ended up getting hurt, but you still did that. Yeah. He is who he is, man. And that's not his fault. He is who he is. You got to blame the Giants for continuing to throw that man out here like that. That's our fault that DJ is still the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. You know, we didn't draft him at 6. I'm sorry. He didn't tell us to draft him at 6. We picked him at 6. We put him in this position, and we keep putting him in this position. It's not his fault. He's doing the best that he can. That's one way to look at it, right? Oh man, I'm about to get out of here. I'm gonna enjoy some of these late games. That's a fact. Joe Shane does need to get some heat. That's a fact. Uh-oh. Pandemonium says, no, Dash. You just said in 2022, Daboll won. No, Mike Cap. No, I got you. I mean, he was the head coach. No, I get you. I still, listen, in that season, if you go back and watch some of my videos from the 2022 season, I was mad at Kafka most of the time, too. I was mad at Kafka. Said Richie James, Marcus. I remember that's probably the first wide receiver that Daniel Jones yelled at is Marcus. I can't even remember his last name. And John, yeah. And John was the year before that. That was the year before that because he had that deep pass against the Saints. But that was before Daboll got here. NYG man says, Big Dash, do you believe Belly still have the coaching? You talking about Belichick? No, man. I think it's a wrap for him. And I think the longer he stays away from football, he's going to enjoy it because he's getting paid right now. He's on the Pat McAfee show. He's getting paid for these appearances. He's realizing he can get paid and not coach. So unless he's just missing the game, Bill Belichick is straight. It's all on him. They'll if he said he wants to come back, there might be a team that wants to hire him. The New York Giants make sense because of the history, but that's just not me. I don't want to go down that road with Bill Belichick. And then also, how many more years does Bill Belichick have? So if you get Bill Belichick here, he turns the thing around and then he leaves because he's old, because he's already, 75 years old? And then what? We got to go find another coach after that. So I'm good. I'm good on Bill Belichick right now. I'm good. The only thing that'll change my mind on Bill Belichick is if they actually give him the job. Then I gotta roll with what the team did with their decision. Sydney says, how long we came from that Seattle win? I can't believe it. Yeah, it's that Seattle win feels like it was a month ago, 2 months ago. Man, I don't know, man. It's just tired. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of being laughed at when it comes to, other teams, fan bases. Somebody asked, what's your team? Oh, I'm a Giants fan. Laughing. Oh man, that Daniel Jones guy. What you gonna do with Daniel Jones? I get these questions all the time. Like, because everywhere I go, I got some New York stuff on. Especially, it's gonna be a New York hat, the hoodie, a shirt possibly. But I always got a New York Giants hat on, no matter where I go. And I get the questions all the time. Hey, what you gonna do with Daniel Jones? Oh man, you guys are a quarterback away. Tough loss. It's crazy, man. He said, who would you replace Daboll with? I said it earlier. Right now it would be Vrabel. I think Vrabel is a guy out there that has the coaching chops, has the experience, has the cachet. Also, he's familiar with Bowen, so you can keep that defensive system intact. You just got to figure out what you're going to do on offense because Vrabel is a defensive guy. But there's a lot of up and coming OCs out there that you can bring in. But I like Vrabel right now as the best option. Some people will say Ben Johnson. Some people will say Bobby Slowick from the Texans. Those are the offensive coordinators. But right now, for me, I like Vrabel because this defense stays intact as far as the scheme. And you get to keep Bowen, most likely. Possibly. All right. Replace Brian Daboll for who we should have gotten in the first place. I know who you're talking about. An actual good coach, Brian. I knew you was going there, bro. Shout out to James. But things are slowing down. I want to thank everybody, for hanging out, vibing. I do want to go watch some of these late window games. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna get out of here, slow this thing down, shut it down. And again, we got the Carolina Panthers next week. Make sure you guys tune in and hang out next Saturday for the pregame live for the late night Giants talk. And of course, I'll be back next Sunday, for the recap, early recap too, because again, we got the overseas games. That game's coming on 9:30 in the morning for you guys, 7:30 for me, 6:30 on the West Coast. So it is what it is. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me, man. Again, thank you for the love, support. Thank you for all the new members. Thank you for everybody that signed up too. Again, appreciate and all the super chats too, man. But I'm gonna get out of here. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.